What do you do when your audio sounds like this?
The man is enchantment and man to the moon and back again. 8 years later, the Saturn.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel, DVR Productions, sometimes known as Warehouse 14. On the bench today, I wanted to show you a quick way to diagnose a problem that you've just heard in the intro to this video. So without any further delay, let's get started. Well, I'm going to show you right now, but first a little disclaimer here and a little safety information. Anytime you're working on these old radios or televisions or stereos that use vacuum tubes and have elevated voltages inside, like this one does, be very, very careful. And I want to stress that anytime you're poking around inside a chassis, like right here, please at least keep one hand in your back pocket. So if you do receive an electrical shock, it won't go across your chest and heart and cause you a quick way to get dead.
Help. Well, now, what do you think of that?
So just be warned about that. And if you feel the need to, wear rubber gloves or something, but always keep your hand, at least one hand, in your back pocket. And also have something like this. This is a 100 ohm resistor with a pigtail on it, so you can discharge capacitors and things. Now, what I've done to set this up is I've got in here and I've connected 3 leads to the filter capacitor, because that's what I'm thinking is wrong with this, and I'm pretty sure it is. So I've got the ground lead connected to the can, and we have 2 capacitors here for filters, and I'll show you here on the schematic. The 2 capacitors are right here, and it's a 40 and a 20 microfarad capacitor, and that's all. It's very simple. So that's what we're going to bridge across right now. And I've learned this technique a long time ago from some older technicians. And that's basically just bridging across the filter capacitor with a known good filter cap. Now we're going to turn this on, and I'll show you how to do this, since we have all this hooked up already. And I've got the capacitors down here to where you can see them a little better. And we'll let this warm up, and I'll show you the technique. Now you can hear the buzz there quite loud. And we're on a station, but I can't really tell what it is, but we'll find out here in a second. Now, as I said, we have the ground connected up, and the other 2 capacitors are right here on these leads, the yellow one and the red one. I'll turn the volume down here a little bit. So now, here we go. I'm going to bridge across one of them. And look at that, how much better that sounds. So we definitely know there's something wrong with that filter capacitor. I'll go ahead and hook up the other one, see if we get any improvement.
Several things downstairs in the freezer that's kind of mystery.
A very slight improvement, but it certainly shows us what's wrong with this. I'm going to turn this down. And that's one way to diagnose without going to a lot of trouble of taking a filter capacitor out, checking it, and substituting or something. And that's just to bridge across it. Now, of course, this is a very temporary solution to this. You don't want to do this permanently. Even if you're going for a repair, don't go in there and try to just solder across the leads on that filter cap there, because that's just not the way to do this. Later on, that filter cap could short out, and it probably will if we leave voltage applied to it for very long. So you'll want to completely remove that filter capacitor from the circuit and tie in some of these right here. And that's it. That's a quick way to diagnose a hum and buzz, which is a very common problem. It's an old technician's way of doing it. And like I said, it's not a permanent solution. So this should take care of that problem. And we'll go ahead and most likely continue with a restore on this thing. We've got a lot of wax capacitors in here that you can see. And we want to get rid of those. And we'll test the resistors and see if any of them are out of tolerance. And if they are, we'll go ahead and go in and completely change those out. But I don't see this is going to be too much of a problem. The only thing that really was wrong with this was it had a completely bad rectifier tube here at the top. This one right here that we changed out to begin with. And then we saw the buzz in part 1 of this video. So now that we can go ahead and continue to see what we can.
Office workers eating over their keyboards and dropping crumbs down between the buttons, which are.
And we'll go ahead and start the restore on it.